Yo! Video games.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, here's another one.
This is stage?
You do it next time.
Is it stage? I don't think there's a stage one here.
Sure is.
You could maybe do a Last Blade character, but I don't think anyone knows anyone from Last Blade.
Last Blade would not be a good idea. I mean, they got some great characters, but that, from a business standpoint, not a good idea.
No one would know.
Yeah.
Which is why it might just be Nako.
Oh, you gotta fight yourself.
Yeah, okay. Me, coach.
Everyone wants to beat them. Set this.
You want
I want to beat. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Absolutely.
I gotta do more damage.
I'm thinking that the only
damn.
thing that might make 2B not happen is timing.
Yeah.
Like, that decision would...
Dark Aura 64.
Dark Aura, thank you, dude. Like, that game could have tanks, and you wouldn't have known if it was going to be a well-selling title until, like, 8 months ago, right?
Yeah.
So, depending on how long Soul Calibur's been in development, like, decisions for these things in fighting games are made years in advance.
Well, that's why I don't think she would.
Alright.
In any sort of scenario where she
for me.
shows up,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be until like a year from now.
So.
Yeah, maybe, like, a guest character
Like,
way down the line.
Exactly. She would be like the last. She would be Noctis. She would be the last character they throw in.
Yeah, and even Noctis is, like... was, like, probably chosen a while back. Like, a very long... Probably before even 15 came out. But it was a Final Fantasy game. They all knew it was going to sell.
Everyone wanted Yakuza, and we got Noctis. Yep. Which is why the only reason I say like there's even a chance is because
Jeez.
just going by how the Tekken thing went, where it was like, oh hey,
Really?
here's an SNK, here's a Square character. Like, it seems like the characters that get put in are how friendly is the staff with this other
It's true.
company.
Oh, but ultimately what ended up happening with the Tekken 7
X-Ray.
DLC guest characters is they were all dramatically
I
different
heard
than
it
what
too.
Tekken would normally get.
It's
If you
true.
had a Yakuza guy, he's pretty much a Tekken character already.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't be
Oh, God.
he would
What
just
is
get some cinematic camera
Italian?
angles and stuff, which they
Yeah.
already do. Gameplay wise, MK versus DC 2v2.
Same shit.
Thank you. Gameplay wise, they really would not like Yakuza guy would not have been that interesting, or any Yakuza character. But what they ended up doing was going with like Akuma, Geese, Noctis. Was there one more?
I missed that shit.
Just
No.
Akuma.
Yeah, Akuma, Geese, and Noctis, who ultimately all have
Wow.
dramatically different playstyles than have ever been in any Tekken game.
That was sick!
So it leads to some super interesting shit. Like gameplay-wise, Noctis is kind of nutty.
I can't do
you
that
know.
combo.
Just gotta wait for it. You said slow down,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Eliza's another good example. Yeah, she doesn't really belong in Tekken, but they make her work. She's original though.
Well, she was designed for them to test out the projectiles in the game.
Yeah,
That's the
sort
whole
of.
point
And they brought her back, and she ultimately paved the way for Akuma.
Yeah.
And then what they can get away with Geese.
Yeah.
And ultimately what they can kind of get away with Noctis, because Noctis kind of has like a fucking projectile as well. He's got that
throws the
sword
sword.
too, and
Yeah,
fuck
the sword, it
you!
comes
And it's
right
like
at you,
mid
yeah.
from forever.
Yeah.
But somehow it still ends up being fair. So it's interesting, you know? It's interesting what they chose for that game.
There you go.
Soul Calibur is all males, yes. And then for Tekken, but I think all the guest characters have always been dudes.
Yeah.
So that's why you write that wrong with 2B. It's not really.
Oh, I'm on Lore I wrote.
Some lore I wrote.
Yeah, but really what it boils down to is who the developer knows. That was it. It was obvious that Harada and Tabata were already friends.
Tabata.
So Noct happened. Scepter K,
Harada
thank
and
you.
Tabata. Harada and Tabata.
Yes, they are Japanese names.
I know, I just like rhyming them.
So the big reason the Sega thing didn't happen is that Harada didn't have anybody to talk to.
This is gonna do damage, dude. All grabs do damage. Him and Jax. Ugh.
40-something%.
Yeah.
And it was already obvious by the giant gag video that
Just do as much damage.
that Harada made with the SNK guys for Geese, that he's already friends with Oda, you know, and a bunch of the SNK
Suck a
guys.
nipple.
That's why that happened.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's big friends with Ono, so that's why Akuma happened. So it's his game. He gets to make it. He gets to do what he wants.
with it, yep.
And yeah, people liked it.
Don't ask him for shit.
People flipped out for Akuma. People flipped out for Geese, and not the
worked out.
same kind of people flipped out for Noctis, but Noctis definitely caused a huge commotion.
That was my bad.
That was
Shit, alright, that's fine.
largely what
I don't think
exactly
you get the
they
same
want from a
stage
guest
either.
character.
I think it changes the
We
stage.
might. I gotta slow down. I think I'm playing on
Mage Friar, thank you.
Okay, cool. As long as we get the same stage. Sorry.
Yeah, Narada had hella dirt on those guys. They owed him favors.
Whoa.
What about Afro Samurai?
I don't think Harada knows the guys that made Afro Samurai.
They are Japanese.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
original creator is. No, but not every Japanese.
Will Tekken X SF still happen? I hope so. I mean, it doesn't seem like it though, right?
I mean, I felt like Tekken 7 was kind of going to do that, go that route, where they were
Well,
just going to start transitioning Street Fighter characters in
here's
and just
the thing.
make it that thing.
Tekken Cross Street Fighter can't happen because it can't take attention away from Street Fighter. Get it? Like, you can't have a Tekken Cross Street Fighter game coming out that'll entice people away from Street Fighter 5. Because it's like, oh, I hate Street Fighter 5, I'm gonna buy this instead. No, Capcom wants you to invest in one or the other.
So then what was the point of
Capcom
Street Fighter?
needs you playing Street Fighter 5.
So then what
So,
was the point of Street Fighter X Tekken?
well, Street Fighter X Tekken was at a time frame where there was no Tekken. Like, there was not much competition from a Tekken side. Ultimately, what it did was get Capcom people interested in Tekken, and then later that year, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 came out.
Right.
So that was the idea, to like, oh, let's wean them in, and then, oh, if they like our Tekken characters, we got a new Tekken game coming out right after.
Right.
And that player base now is kind of separated by a large gap of time, because that game's announcement happened a while ago, and now Street Fighter's been out, and Capcom's still really trying really hard to build up their Street Fighter esports thing. I don't think it's. I think the plan for and the game of Tekken Cross Street Fighter is still going to be a thing, but I think it's not going to be Tekken Cross Street Fighter anymore. I think it's going to be like something else, which is why you get crazy characters
Fucking
like
cocklicker. Alright.
Akuma, Eliza, Geese, and Noctis, which don't feel like Tekken characters. They feel like they're in a different game.
Well, Liza's original, right?
She's original,
Yes.
yeah, but she was built to be like to break mold.
The thing is that that how long is it gonna be before Street Fighter, or I guess Capcom says, okay, now we can do like a we can like go away from trying to or not being upset if somebody goes away from Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Like because Street Fighter 5 has been out for kind of a while now.
Ultimately, it would be about Street Fighter 5 has only been out for like a couple years.
Yeah.
And they're still hugely expanding. Like,
Yeah.
there's a new character
Yeah, they're
every
still,
month and shit.
that's right. That's true. So they're still doing new stuff.
Still doing new shit.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind. So yeah, it'll be a while.
EX move?
What?
Wow.
That's real. That's right.
I think later on, when Street Fighter 5 gets closer to like an ultimate version or something like that, when like development is winding down, then yeah, there's a chance that a Tekken Cross Street Fighter can
Yeah.
and pick
When
up.
Sega comes out, the game is done. I think after Sega comes out, I'm pretty sure they're done updating that game.
You know what? Yeah, I think that'd be so much better. I think it would be so much better if we got Bandai Namco versus Capcom made by Bandai Namco. My god, that'd be sick as hell. If Harada made that game, holy fuck, dude, I would love that.
Street Fighter, though, I guess?
Oh yeah, it would
Oh,
definitely
fuck.
be. But it would probably have it would be simpler than Tekken, like
Yeah.
movement wise. It might incorporate movement elements of Soul Calibur games while still having like combat mechanics of Tekken games similar to what Geese and everybody else kind of do. I think that'd be making it feel different and unique.
Well,
Honestly, Bandai
it would
Namco
be-
isn't really that known for doing like 2D fighting games.
Well, they don't.
They don't.
Yeah. So
The only one they really did was well, they wouldn't be. That's what I mean. It wouldn't be 2D. It would be 3D.
yeah, what did it like? They're only.
I'd be down with Namco versus Capcom. Like my god,
It would be kind of cool, because then if they started pulling from
Tales games and shit
Yeah,
like that.
like-
Yeah.
really like non-traditional sources for stuff, it'd make people happy, I think. Because then you could see like some stuff.
And it would be the first time Capcom has let another developer take a versus Capcom title since SNK.
We could see like sort of resurrection of Stalkers.
Yeah, dude. Imagine Morgan made by
Arc Systems.
No,
Yeah.
Morgan made by the Tekken guys.
Yeah.
No, but like Darkstalker is made by like Arc Systems.
Well, that'd be amazing. That's
Yeah.
not going to happen. The relationship just isn't
Then
there.
Kenny could bet me on a Power Stone character that won't show up. Nobody remembers Power Stone. Nobody remembers Dreamcast! Except the fucking Sonic games.
And those guys that are making peripherals.
Yeah. Everyone says I love the Dreamcast, but no one fucking remembers
Alright.
it.
That's the thing that is a
Except our
hope
chat.
that
Our
isn't
chat's
rooted
awesome.
in any reality chat room. It's just a thing that I would personally like. I would love to see Hirata get a fighting game with Capcom characters and not just Street Fighter. For him to make his own kind of like, you know, crossover game with Capcom characters. I
This
think that'd
room
be
and
really
this
cool.
chat, we're the only people who remember Dreamcast. Sonic.
Namco versus SNK win. That'd be equally goddamn amazing, man. My God.
Finish him.
Got it. I can throw you right from Xavier Wood remembers.
Wins. Fatality.
That is so dope.
I have a Dreamcast. I remember. Well, that's why I said chat does, but not
Oh, look at
Rocket
this.
launcher.
Rocket Launcher.
Thank you.
No,
Right.
like, the general
Yeah.
public does not remember what a Dreamcast is. They may have heard of it, but
Dude, that fucking system sold like 250,000 units in its first day. That's
Dreamcast?
that's a lot.
it certainly was back then.
Yeah, for back then, that was a fucking lot. They had a Did You Know Gaming episode on the Dreamcast, and I watched it, but it's untimely death.
Round 1. Fight.
Hey, avant-garde dog, thank you.
Let me fight her.
See, now her character model is super skinny. She ain't got no booty. Look at that.
You got reverse booty.
She got, look at that. Nothing. Yo, okay, really, yeah. But Jay's got a way thicker booty than that.
I think it's a bit of a placebo effect.
I think so.
Dreamcast lifespan is only like a couple
It
years.
was 2.
Red
it,
Ninja.
it wasn't even 2 years.
Yeah, just a couple years, and then it
It
started
was
going
like
down.
a year and a half. And it sold almost as much as the Wii U did in the same amount of time.
So it's not like it wasn't popular. It was that Sega's business plan was just, and management of it was so bad around that time frame that they were not ready to ship another console so close to the launch of the fucking Saturn. Like the biggest problem with the Dreamcast is that it ultimately was doing well for them, but it needed to do better. And any other company,
It also
they'd have
needed
been-
to be a success in Japan.
That's exactly it. And any other company, they'd have been prepared for that, you know, success outside of one location, and would have been able to capitalize on it. But Sega has to have success in Japan with their consoles, or else it just fucking sucks.
Yeah. Honestly, they
If
could
they have
have.
success, or if they don't have success in
fuck.
Japan, but they have like success somewhere else,
They don't
why
care.
just like
They don't
it's ridiculous that they don't.
Well, that was the problem. Like Sega and Japan and America were so disconnected that it didn't
They
matter.
hated each other.
They hated each other. Like if you hear stuff
Yeah,
from
block
the
that.
Sega America side, they were constantly fighting just to get the most basic shit done.
Fight.
It's funny because if they were a smart company, they probably could have consolidated, at least for like another holdout for like another year or so, and just be like, all right, fuck it, we're just gonna focus mainly on the North America.
Gojira, thank you, dude.
Like, yeah, if it doesn't work in Japan, it doesn't fucking work in Japan. We'll like,
And even like the
Okay,
Genesis, which
Oh.
didn't work in Japan either, but worked amazing in Europe and the US.
Wow. Armor guys.
Like Japan immediately
All
went to
day.
their next system, like within not even that much time after, and yeah, made a killer system in Japan, but sucked ass everywhere else. Which was the Sega Saturn,
Ah,
and it was the first system I ever bought, with my own money at least. Otherwise, the first system I ever got was a Nintendo, and then I actually never got a SNES. I got a Genesis instead.
bought a Sega Nomad,
With your own money?
my own money.
Oh my god, you definitely have the weirdest system you bought with your own cash.
That was my first. I saved it for a
Oh,
year to
yours,
buy it
Nichols.
too from allowance. To buy a Sega
did any
Nomad.
of us in this room ever own a Virtual Boy?
No.
Wow.
I'm in my friend's will though to get.
Yes,
Virgin
we always have that one friend that had it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm in his will though.
Like what?
Yeah. So if he dies before me, in his will, which he has shown me, I'm to receive his Virtual Boy and the entire collection, North American collection of release titles.
Oh wow, he actually has all of them.
Why haven't they killed him?
I know, right?
Like 16
Simmons is waiting for his friend to die.
No, why hasn't Simmons killed him yet?
But because I don't want a Virtual Boy that bad.
Simmons wants to play Wario with eye-piercing red.
Wario.
Really
Yes.
bad. I heard Chris.
So what he did was
I played it.
there was a Blockbuster that was going out of business, so they were selling their entire thing. So he walked in there and they're like, "Yeah, we're selling everything, including our rental units." So he bought the Virtual Boy and all the fucking games.
Stuff that was from the store.
Because they had all the games. He's like, "All right,
Great, thank you.
He bought it for like $50 or something like that.
What was the first
At
system?
least like $100.
What was
right
the
there,
first
man.
system you actually purchased with your own money, Kenny?
Might have been Dreamcast as well.
I'm in Dreamcast.
Maybe PlayStation 1.
I remember
I remember I bought a PlayStation 1 at Costco.
Did you buy it for the 200? Did you buy it for like the higher amount?
I bought it for the cheaper amount. It was a little after PlayStation
Like
1
right
came
around
out.
250 or... Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was a little while it came out and Costco had a package.
You got me, Wolf.
And like, I never had one
Zach,
before.
thank you. Yeah, I think I bought my Sega Saturn when it was $250.
No Saturn for me. It was either Dreamcast or PlayStation 1.
And I did that by getting paid under the table working at a golf course. Entire summer.
The hell
Guy needs to stop.
is happening
This guy needs to stop.
right now?
This guy needs to stop. They would have lost the name pun, but Sega should have used Sega to Sancho to push the Dreamcast. They should have done many things, Probate.
Hell yeah,
Oh
they
my
should've.
god.
What you should do is consider that that's a lot of money to send a message, man!
Yo!
Come on, dude! Disconnected head and finger pointing, alright?
It has begun.
I'm looking at you!
It has
Probate has
begun.
donated $2,000 fucking dollars on this stream, and we're done! And we're back!
Shit. Let's just get through this. Jesus.
This man! I need a drink.
Sega.
One of the first systems. I mean, my first system was a Nintendo. And then my brother, he bought me my first Game Boy ever.
Actually, technically, the first system I ever bought with my own money was a Game Boy,
Wow.
1990.
Royale and cheese.
Royale and
Yeah,
cheese.
That's
So-
what they call it.
So here's a really dark history about Simmons. They used to have these like I don't know, camping equipment shit, and they needed some child like actors for the boxes and the magazine ads. So I went in and just did a bunch of photos.
Thank you, Probate, and Drew SR. Thank you, man.
To be the dumb kid that took pictures, like, you know, look how happy he's in the family tent or whatever. You know. So I got like $100 from that, or my parents did, when I was 6. So what did I do with that? I immediately went to Kmart and bought a Game Boy.
Oh.
I was in like 90.
Milena wins.
Woo.
Fatality.
I like the one where she eats your face. The one where she eats your face.
Makes sense. Like, you're gonna rip someone's torso in half. They better be stapled to the floor.
That's true. Well, it's not even a torso. He like ripped his legs off.
Yeah.
Usually, anytime I tell someone that, the immediate follow-up question is always like, what happened?
So,
I know. Genetics. Mike A here.
yeah, I wasn't really allowed to take my Game Boy to school
Shing!
after a while. My parents were really
One of the
afraid of getting
sickest
stolen.
intros.
Yeah, it was dope, man. He walked like he was like your character would walk all like attitude.
Super badass.
Yeah.
And this is the only time
But
where
back
Chris
in the
looks bad.
day, when you had a Game Boy, that was really fucking cool. You had a Game Boy. I remember what was really big too, the little TVs, little portable TVs that were almost the Game Boy size.
Yeah, oh yeah, like the fat,
Yeah,
the little antenna that come out.
little antenna. And
Yeah,
little-
I
antenna.
still have that. I still have that on my house.
Wow.
It's my dad's. It's a little heirloom after he died, so I was like, you know what, I'll keep it.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Like-
And it still works.
Still works.
Yeah,
That's
you can
cool.
still get like fucking
But really?
signal.
How do they signal when they took away that signal? The signal doesn't exist anymore.
You can still hear stuff in the background. There's still, I mean, the fact that the signal's still there, it's still picking up.
You know anything about
what's
that,
that?
Simmons? I think
Outside.
it's when they deleted, like, when Steve has a portable TV. When we were talking about portable systems.
What do you mean the one with the little
Nasty
case?
ass.
Yeah, no,
That's the
yeah.
antenna.
Like it was like
Oh,
almost like the size
wow,
of a Game
okay.
Boy. But he says it still picks up symbols. But
Afrojack, thank you.
They went to like analog, or they went to digital,
Yeah.
and the whole airwave.
It's,
stuff
yeah,
is gone.
basic.
They don't
Invasion.
publicly broadcast or rate whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably still some, but
Jay
cable
Slusher.
is probably gone.
Oh, it's okay.
Jay
Takashi.
Slusher, thank you. Like
Happened,
cable
like,
TV, which
back
is
when I
what
was,
you
like,
would normally use that shit for to tap.
That
into
when I was like
cable-
6 years old.
to
so
cable TV
It
signals.
was a very long time ago.
That shit's probably gone because cable has to have higher quality.
Yeah.
Shoes, thank you, dude. Like
Because,
we
you know-
had a satellite in the backyard, like a big one, like
Yeah,
a big ass
same here.
antenna. When I was growing up, and yeah, we would just tap in and get free fucking TV.
TV, yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
Rabbit ears.
local channels, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they have to
they'll still have the
broadcast
singles.
for, you know,
Yeah.
in a variety of
I
non
realized I beat all of you with the first game. Game Boy was the first thing I bought.
You bought that with your own money? Yeah, I got Raz Grease, thank you.
Boy.
I got a Nintendo from my parents, and I wasn't expecting it. I got a Game Boy from my parents for Christmas, and that was about it.
Pasta?
Like, man, I'm trying to think if
You
I.
know what we should have done? Friends?
No, I got a
Some
Genesis.
legalities.
Yeah, a few years later, I got a Genesis from my parents as well. But after that, I knew they weren't going to buy me a Sega Saturn. But I wasn't even saving for the Saturn. I was saving my money for an N64. And then
What
the
I
N64
ended up going with after my Nomad.
Yep, and an N64 just took forever. Like, it just did not...
Yeah.
It was not ever fucking coming out. So I just...
Yeah.
And I was seeing all this cool stuff on the Saturn, like Virtua Cop, and it had my arcade games, which was my favorite games as a kid. And that was ultimately what made me like, yep, I'm buying a Saturn.
Chili with it.
And I loved it. Like, man, Saturn had... Once again, Sega was like the pioneer of we bring in the arcade experience home type of shit. That was their
Yeah.
thing, and that's why I love Sega consoles. What did I play on my Game Boy? Ren and
I
Stimpy,
played Tetris.
Mega Man 1 and 2, which were
Mega Man.
terrible. Those
Mega
games
Man,
were
yeah.
tough as fuck. The
I played
JC
Mega Man
Money.
X, man, was really
Tetris.
fucking
Tetris, and then maybe Lock and Key,
Well, mine-
Lock and Chase.
Yeah.
I don't think I played much
Only
else.
2 games I ever played. Yeah. I didn't have that many games.
I had
Yeah, no,
Tetris
I'm
because
not
it
gonna
came
do
with it.
But I played and I was just fine with just playing Tetris.
Yeah, we got a Nintendo around when my sister was born. She was about a year old.
good. Wow, crap.
I never got like the Mario games on. I wonder why. Maybe just my parents didn't have enough money, or just like, yeah, we're not going to.
Yeah, I was playing Ren and Stimpy on the Game Boy. It was rough. I remember playing a light gun game on the NES called To the Earth.
Hell yeah! I own
Hell
it.
yeah, To the
It's
Earth.
hard as balls.
Yes, it is. Dude, you'd always have your zapper and you'd be scraping the screen. You'd be like, die, fuck. Please.
I played the paintball.
Dre, thank you.
Thank you, dude.
Shit.
I played the paintball one. I think called Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was when paintball was like kind of really popular.
Yeah. 6 golden coins is Super Mario Land 2 is one of the best Game Boy games.
And I never.
For some reason, I didn't have Mario Land.
Me neither.
I don't know why.
I had Mario
I don't
Land
know
1,
why.
and it was kind of like this, this isn't as good as the NES games, but fuck it.
Symbiote, my Steroid, thank you.
Stereon!
Stereon.
Yeah.
You know, I always wondered. I wonder what was the decision in NetherRealm or back in the day Midway to decide to stop going with Goro and go with Gintaro.
They just needed
Just
something
change it up.
different but similar.
Yeah.
Ty Wolf, thank you. Like, they probably wanted to carry over a lot of the animations still,
You're right.
but we have to be different.
Especially since it was like a different boss. You know, so.
Well, he's in part 2.
Yeah.
Gintaro came out in part 2, and
Well, they knew that they needed a big, like, Motaro was like
they
3,
needed a
right?
big second character.
Yeah, exactly. They needed a large guy.
Yeah, Motaro. Motaro was in the 3rd one, and well, again, they needed a
I'm
big
still
character.
disappointed as fuck. They did not release a Kintaro skin for Goro and MKX.
Yeah.
They never did that.
A
That was,
Gintaro skin. Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
was like the easiest thing they could have done.
right, because it's just the same character model anyway.
Goro's so much fun in that game. I never got good with him, but I always loved watching Goro fight.
Well,
him.
you know, after the update, he's
He got way better.
Yeah, which is hilarious. People were like punch walking all day and getting away with it.
Did you guys ever play Mortal Kombat on the Game Boy?
You know what? Oh, no.
My brother got that for Christmas one year, and he was happy as fuck.
Oh no.
Nice.
I didn't play it. Well, I couldn't. I wasn't. My brother would never let me play this game, so I didn't even play it. But I just figured, why bother?
Kratos.
My name is Kratos. Hello.
Hey, he took his orbs.
Oh wow, you literally did. How
Yeah,
funny.
It's really cool. I like that aspect of it.
Like,
It doesn't matter who kills him, and it'll auto revert back to Kratos
Man,
because he was
fuck
the first
whoever
person.
brought up
Yeah,
Super
okay.
Mario Land in chat. Now I got the
Universal
music.
Paradox. Happy Dude Day.
Happy Dude Day. Now I got that music stuff.
I don't have my watch.
Nintendo should remake that game.
Fuck.
See the end of this day.
Actually, no, they kind of did. Like the new Super Mario Brothers games had him going to like Egyptian places and shit.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
really cool.
But the new Super Mario Bros. Games got old fast.
Yeah, they did.
Fight.
Yeah, they do. Soul Taker, thank you, man. I can't look at this shit anymore. Thank you again, Probate. Jesus, man, every time I look over, my fucking brain.
I was so worried from all the rumors this year. Were like, they're remaking Link's Awakening. I'm like,
Oh,
no! No!
No.
You ever love a game so much that you don't even want it remade?
Wait a minute, did they already do that? Link's
No.
Awakening? Oh, Link's Awakening. No, they remade Link to the Past.
Yeah, well, they made a sequel.
An
to it.
offbeat remake.
It's like a mod of it, really.
So wait, they're remaking Link's Awakening? How?
Well, the rumor goes.
Nice.
Like they're
Oh!
gonna make it a 3D game?
Yeah, like a 3DS game.
Chat, that
Might
was
be
cool.
sauce.
Well, I think it'll be more of like a Shadow of the Colossus style. Just it's the same game.
Anonymous, thank you, dude. Holy shit.
That the other, or they're gonna do like Link Between Worlds, where it's like, hey, it's like sequel sort of, but it's just using all the same world.
Ooh, we haven't seen this yet.
Shit like that.
Oh!
Wow. Shao Kahn's a bitch.
Yeah.
Professor W, thank you.
Like, would you really want someone to remake Bloodborne, Max?
Well,
Like,
first of all, it's too soon.
too soon. You don't want anyone to remake Final Fantasy VII.
Great Gatsby. The funny thing is that not
Wow, get
Yoshinori, what's his name? Kitase.
Yeah,
Was
Yeah.
saying how if FF7
Kitase.
does well, the next game we want to remake is Final Fantasy VI. He literally was saying that.
Well, 6, you could see like you could definitely be like, oh wow, I've never seen it
Hey!
in 3D.
Yeah.
That might be kind of interesting to
That'd be
look
super interesting. But I mean, ultimately, 7 remake has to do well if they're going to do that in the future.
at. Oh, like it.
I am
Yeah, right.
so disgusted, dude. How is it that every time you guys get your fucking games, but I can't get my games remade? Hey, I fucking love SOCOM. You know what I'm gonna do with that? Fuck you. Oh wait, man, I love Urban
You did.
Rain.
You
When are you
got-
gonna do remake?
You got
Oh,
Mag.
fuck you.
You got Mag.
Oh yeah, I got fucking Mag.
The problem, Steve,
Hey,
is that
man.
not enough people like the game.
Hey man, I love Chrono Trigger. You guys gonna remake Chrono Trigger? Fuck you!
Definitely.
Hey,
They did.
Hey, look, Max.
They
He
just
really
did.
likes Cloud. Hey, guess what? He gets to go and fucking smash. Hey, I really like Final Fantasy. I'm Max. Oh, guess what? You get a remake. Hey, Steve, you really like Resident Evil Outbreak? Fuck you! Oh God, Jesus, dude! I don't get anything remade.
Steve, I think the point
It's
here
disgusting,
is that
man.
you like the wrong thing.
Oh yeah, dude.
That is
even
what's
with
going-
Kenny. Oh man, we love
Yeah.
Power Stone. Fuck you! You don't get anything.
You like the wrong
man.
things. You need to like the right things.
Oh, dude, I really like
Before
Mega
you
Man
like
X.
something- Before you like something, you have to check the should I like it
Oh, give me a
handbook.
fucking break,
You
man.
gotta check the handbook.
This man gets everything he
Handbook
likes
for the
remade.
recently deceased.
This man gets everything he likes remade,
My
chat.
God.
I love all this
fuck,
crazy
yeah,
stuff and
God.
nothing I
Ed,
do.
Ed Boon put
Fucking bullshit,
Alien
man.
and Predator and Mortal Kombat for me.
What are you talking about? Steve, you're playing a fucking remake of a game you love.
Oh, please,
Right
man.
now.
This is bullshit.
This is a remake of Mortal Kombat like 1 through 3.
When are they gonna remake SOCOM, Simmons? When?
Never!
When are they gonna remake Resident Evil Outbreak, Simmons?
Well,
when?
Steve, you have to like a good game for people to want it to be remade.
Power Stone is a good game.
Right.
Remake Power Stone.
Okay, that was a troll.
Jesus.
but my
Steve,
point being,
that game is Mag, and that other game after
So, don't you even
that
mention
other
Mag in
game
my
after that is
presence.
called Left 4 Dead.
Oh my God, I'm disgusted with both of you right now.
And they're better games than the
Jesus,
original in some
man.
ways.
Just give me my old games back, please.
They didn't go anywhere.
yeah, they didn't go anywhere.
Can I play them in these new TVs? No, they look like shit.
Can I play them with these new TVs?
No. It's fucking awful, dude. Everything I want.
Steve is making that Kratos face at the end of God of War through the.
Dude, it is so fucking terrible. Fucking Urban Rain? Nah, fuck that.
Well,
Power Stone? Nah, fuck that.
Here's the thing. Outbreak, Urban Reign... I don't know
Def Jam? Def Jam would be a great remake? No, fuck you.
Sure, it would be, but here's the thing. And at Power Stone especially, none of those games sold all that particularly well.
Suzozi.
SOCOM makes sense for a remake because
Right?
it was pretty popular when it came out.
Thank you.
But almost every other game you mention, gamers know about them,
Nobody
but the
bought it.
general populace has no fucking idea about them. You go to any fucking GameStop, wait all day long, interview every fucker who walked through that door. Hey, you ever heard of a game called Urban Reign? Almost all of them are going to say no.
1 out of 200.
Fuck.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
If I go to a gamer store and I mention Chrono Trigger, everybody will know.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, that has its own special set of problems.
And they just released Chrono Trigger again.
Oh!
They did!
Yeah.
On Steam, and I was like, shit, and you bought it!
Oh, I like Mega Man X. Guess what? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
No, you're just getting Mega Man X Collection.
You got Maverick Hunter.
You can play that on your new TV.
Oh!
I think, Steve, you just need to see with eyes unclouded by hate.
Yeah?
Because there is so much greatness in front of you, you just have to embrace it.
Now, Power Stone was not somewhat popular. I hate to break...
No,
Yeah,
Power
that's
Stone
pretty
was
popular.
not.
What are you talking about, dude?
Power
It
Stone,
did not sell
probably,
that well.
Power Stone probably sold about 100,000 copies.
The first one did okay, but the second one... The reason the second one is expensive as it is because they didn't make any of them. They barely made any copies.
And when they brought it back out on PSP...
PSP
Three
was a
people
failure.
bought it,
Yeah,
and one of
PSP
them
was a
was
failure.
Kenny.
People bought it. One of them was Kenny.
I bought it.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, did you buy it?
I refused to buy it because it wasn't online. If you re-release that game without online,
Well, there you
it was my
go.
time. I refused to buy that game, and Peter was
Filthy
also stuff
etchy,
on me,
thank
and I was
you.
like, I'm not touching that
Well,
game.
me, yeah, 3
Power
people.
Stone's
Me,
Mad
I
Power
bought
Rangers.
it, and Peter bought it.
Guys,
That was 2 of us.
when you say something's popular, that means a lot of people own it. A lot of people...
Well, all it means is
not
that
own
enough
I don't know
people
about
bought the original that would have stuck around to this day to rebuy the game again.
Yeah.
Like that's all it means. Whether or not it's popular or not, like Shenmue was well known.
What is
Did
the
it sell
definition
a
of
billion
popular?
amounts?
Popular.
Shenmue was
No.
considered a financial disaster.
It's considered a
for sake.
disaster, but is
Yeah.
it a well-known and caused a huge outcry of popularity because of the announcement and everything?
Yeah.
That's why Sega's remaking Shenmue. Like that's why that is even a thing. So if there is demand, things will happen usually. But the demand isn't there. Hold on a second. Let me do a thing.
Was there a demand for Darkstalkers? Why did they remake that?
There really wasn't. They did. It
They
was
threw it
called
out there and
Darkstalkers-
nobody bought
It was
it.
called Darkstalkers Resurrection, and it fucking flopped.
Yeah.
Nobody bought it.
We're in the chaos realm.
I blame all of you. We could have had Darkstalkers, a really new one, and no one bought it, including myself. So I blame me too.